Hey Taurus, welcome to your weekly reading. Let's get started. I hope you guys are doing well. This is for the 16th of August through the 23rd. So roughly the third week of August. Let's see what we have for the overall energy this week. Your overall energy this week, justice. Trying to get something balanced here. Let's see what the challenge to this is. You're being challenged this week by death. So this week, you're trying to bring something into balance. You're trying to make something fair. And in order to do that, something needs to end so something more balanced can come in its place. Let's look at the person in your energy or the person on your mind. 9 of Cups. This talks about, somebody who's pretty content, happy, satisfied. It could also talk about somebody who's a little bit complacent because they are so content and happy and satisfied. They're not kind of seeing the problems that are going on around them. In the recent past, you have the 5 of Cups. The 5 of Cups in the recent past is being a little bit upset about something that's already happened. You already know what this is. The 5 of Cups can just talk about like, grieving a loss, having some regret, being a little bit disappointed, missing someone. Let's look at you in the current situation. Taurus, this week you are taking a leap of faith. You're going in a new direction. Very cool. And what you don't see coming, you have the moon. Ooh, that sucks as for what you don't see coming because it hides things. As a reader, it's like, oh, I can't see it either, but we're going to do our best. So let's get started. Let's look at justice. What this week are you needing to balance? What are you finding unfair? Taurus, if this message is resonating with you, there is a link to the extended in the description box below the video. All right, justice is clarified with the Hierophant, the Knight of Swords, and the Empress. This is a very serious, committed relationship. If this is not a marriage, it's something that feels like a marriage or something that you want to be a marriage. It's something that the Hierophant and Justice together really talks about like doing it up at the courthouse. You know what I mean? There is perhaps a relationship here that feels imbalanced in the sense that one person wants that and wants to go in that direction, and the other person is a little bit hesitant in some way. There, you guys could be like just being at odds about it. But this week, the goal is to really figure this out. Let's look at death for the challenge. Something needs to change here. And something like a door needs to close here so something else can come in its place. You have the 10 of Pentacles, the 4 of Wands, and the 6 of Swords. Taurus, I swear, you're getting married. This has to do with something that is that big. Like the challenge is like leave your singlehood behind and go for the, like the legacy, the good life, this lasting long relationship where you belong together and love each other forever and ever and always. Um, if this is an argument or if this is some sort of like mild tension between the two of you about like what's next here, um, that's a good point. Let me backtrack a little bit. This doesn't have to be some long-term, I'm getting married to this person next week relationship. This could be any type of relationship that you have with anybody, but there is a tension between the two of you, no matter what stage of the relationship you're in, as to one wanting to take it to the next level, and the other one is not even necessarily hesitating, because look at, they're showing up as the 9 of Cups. That's not hesitating at all. But what that is a little bit complacent, a little bit like things are good like they are. Why can't we just hang here? Why do we have to like talk about this next thing, right? Let's take a look at them. The person in your energy. You got the 6 of Cups, the Chariot, and Death. So I'm going to assume that it's this person who's a little bit less inclined to want to change something here because they seem to be very cool with the way things are. They are love and life. And this could be a soulmate connection. You have the Six of Cups. This could be somebody who you've dealt with previously in the past. Obviously, if you're in a relationship, you dealt with them in the past. But I'm saying this could be like a relationship that fell apart at one point and came back together. This could be somebody who you've reunited with, somebody who you've reconnected with, or somebody who you will reconnect with. Because in the recent past, I see something ended. So that very well could be the case. And now things are just much better. And you want to have this talk about like, where's this going? And they're like, it's going fine. That's where it's going. Let's look at the Five of Cups in the recent past. This is you missing somebody or somebody missing you. You have the Page of Swords, the Moon, and the King of Wands. In the recent past, I get a sense that something fell apart here. Um, you were missing something or someone here, and it was like you had no idea what was going on with them. So you were left to grieve the relationship by yourself without a lot of answers, which can create a lot of anxiety and a lot of tension. Um, and a lot of whys. How, who, what, when, where, why. You know, like when we're attached to someone or something and it ends abruptly, especially if it ends abruptly, our nervous system and our brain is still connected, even though we are detached physically. So it's like that rumination and the playing out of scenarios over and over and over again is the brain trying to reconcile, where is this security, where is this person that I need, that I am used to in a way. But here you are acting a fool. No, I'm just kidding. You have the Fool for you. um it's just taking a leap of faith, being optimistic about this whole situation. You get the Eight of Cups, the Tower, and the Page of Cups. Yeah, I'm getting a sense that this is you reuniting with someone from the past who you walked away from or they walked away from you. Um, there's been distance, there's been a feeling of abandonment by one of you, if not both. Um, and it does seem like it happened very suddenly, like very quickly, very abruptly with the Tower here. But the Page of Cups is saying, like, not quite. We're going to start this thing over. We're going to take it in a new direction. And I see you here as the Fool being cautiously optimistic, but also trying to get it started as quickly as possible. Like, let's get this thing back on track. So here we are at the Moon. Taurus, if you need a personal reading, there's a link pinned to the top of the comments. Let's look at the Moon. What is hidden under this Moon here? What doesn't Taurus know? Oh boy, we get the High Priestess, the Ten of Swords, and the Queen of Wands. So you have Cancer, Pisces, Sagittarius. The High Priestess and the Moon are the two secret keepers of the deck. There is something hidden here. There is something hidden here. Um, from what I can tell, what you don't see coming is like that this person maybe didn't seem like they were, oh goodness, maybe they didn't seem like they were as distraught as you were. Maybe you didn't think that they were as down in the dumps as you were. They certainly were. And that could be what you don't see. Um, they kind of come across here as being very confident and happy and nonchalant, but with the Ten of Swords, that's telling me that, you know, they hit a breaking point, and it seems like there was like a final nail in the coffin, but you guys have bounced back, it seems, or are going to bounce back in some way. Um, but I do think that there is a lot here that you still don't know from whatever separation time was here in between. There's a lot here that's just not being disclosed, even to me. So that's what we're going to take a look at in the extended reading. We're also going to take a look at their feelings, their intentions, how they view you, their hopes and fears, and get some, you know, clarifying going on here. So join me over there. And otherwise, thank you for joining me here, and I'll see you next time.